guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
Well. Welcome to It's Drunken Chat, son. I'm your host, Chetlands Greens and Cornbread on the Comic Crusaders Networks. Welcome, everybody. It is currently 1:30 in the morning. We just got done watching the top 10, another freaking great show. Good to see the good work that those gents are doing and spreading the good word on what's going on in the comic book community. Um, we got a few things to get going. This is the first show of 2024, so I did miss a couple of weeks because of Christmas ham and gobble gobble turkey and all the other stuff. But we're going to get right back and do all that good work. But first, definitely want to give a shout out to all the people that are joining with us early on. GTK Comics, Ben Fong, Comic and Sneakers. Eugene and Young, Poppin' Comics 82, Raymond Camacho. How's it going, guys? Glad, just great and blessed to have you guys as freaking viewers and that you guys are helping us along with this channel. So first, a caveat first that this is not really going to be a It's Drunken Chat because for the rest of the month, this is going to be dry-weary. That means that I'm not going to be imbibing in any alcohol. I will be still drinking, but I'm not going to be drinking any alcoholic drinks because sometimes it's good to do a type of cleanse and let your body get acclimated because next time you get drunk, it freaking hits that much better. Um, so. In fact, oh, here we go. We got my partner in crime, Blind Item. How's it going, brother?
It's going awesome. Sorry for being late. I was looking for a hostel to stay at in Vegas.
You were looking for a hostage hooker in Vegas?
No, I was
Hey,
looking
do what you got to do.
hostel. Like one of those cheap hotels.
Ah, okay, like a brothel. Okay, gotcha.
No, not a brothel. I'm looking for a cheap place to stay because I'm trying to pull a trip out of my ass.
Okay, well, good luck with that one, brother.
Yeah.
I was just explaining the situation with its drunken chat for the rest of the month. I am going to be doing a dryary, which means I won't be getting as drunk as possible.
What the fuck is dryary?
You don't ever heard of dryary? Dryary is when
like no November.
I guess so. Right? Where instead of drinking any type of alcohol, you decided to take a break, right? Which I guess it kind of makes sense, right? Because after the Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then New Year's, where people absolutely drink their freaking asses off, it's good to take a break. So for the next 17 days or so, I'm gonna take a break. Tonight, what I'm actually going to try right now is this stuff called Ritual Zero tequila, right? Apping this bad boy up. Now the smell is definitely something. It smells kind of. It smells. I can smell the fruit. I can smell the lime.
Okay.
I can definitely smell like some peppercorn. That's definitely in there, and a little bit of. It smells like a little bit of tahini chili in there. All right, so it's definitely trying to be something, right? So let's give it a taste. Well, it definitely doesn't hit the tongue like tequila does. Oh, there's a little bit of a burn. There's a little bit of a burn on the tongue.
Feel the burn.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a tongue on the burn. Is it the same as regular tequila? Absolutely, yeah. But there is a little bit of a burn, a little bit of a kick to it, right? Doesn't hit the back of the throat. But actually, I didn't take enough of us. See, let me take a shot of it.
Yeah. Chug a shot. Chug. Drink it.
Oh yeah.
Drink it.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to. It's definitely trying to burn the.
Lucas.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to burn the back of the tongue. Manny is asking, "Hey, do you have any Ultimate Spider-Man #1 Chichetto covers?" I do not, but would you do me a favor? Hit me up on the Insta, and then what I'll do is I'll check and see if there's any available to order. So, so that's That's definitely interesting. That was definitely an interesting experience. So, Ritual Zero Proof Tequila Alternate. I found it in the local Walmart. It's definitely got a kick to it. So I'm wondering how it would taste if I actually mixed it with any of my regular mixers. All right. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be opening this Budweiser Zero. This is what I'm going to be drinking for the rest of the night to get me through. Um, got a quite. It's not going to be a long night because there wasn't really that many books on FOC and all that tonight. So it's not gonna be a long ass 3 to 4 hour show unless a whole bunch of people start showing up. So we're gonna get through this. So first chug, I do enjoy the Budweiser Zero because it definitely does taste like beer. So that'll definitely get me through. Um, all right,
I'll have to
man.
give
So
that a
Bud,
try.
oh yeah, it's definitely good, especially when you consider that you're not gonna have the same repercussions. We're having to wake up um in a different haze. So hey, 2024, man, and nice to see that we all made it into the very next year, man. How have you been doing so far, man, in 2024?
Recovering. Been uh had 2 ear infections.
Oof,
A slight case of Bell's palsy kick in.
shit, man.
Nothing too serious, thank God. Uh, just like I said, recovering from the latter part of last year still a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I tell you,
is,
man.
it was not a good year for family towards the end of last year, and I can't complain. I'm blessed, doing well, getting everything back on track. So
Yeah,
can't complain.
yeah, man. I'm glad. I'm sorry to hear that you're sick, but that you're not as sick. But I do want to make sure people are warned that please be careful, man, because even though we are out of the pandemic, in fact, I think a few news sources have been reporting that COVID has been on the rise again, but the CDC is thinking that it's a diminished threat. So even though there's still 1,200 COVID-related deaths each week, so there's still people getting kicked off from this. So I would just want to make sure everybody be careful.
Yeah,
Um,
it's part of the reason why I'm and I'll finally make up my mind once and all for tomorrow about possibly thinking of taking a year off of AVNs because of the COVID and everything kicking up because of my I have a immune deficiency condition anyways,
yeah,
and I'm just afraid of taking the risk of playing right now.
right, yeah. So yeah, just guys got to be careful. Happy Friday to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Thank you, brother. For um, where were we? Oh, I did want to remind people that if you guys need COVID tests, that they did renew the thing so that if you haven't asked for a COVID test or a free one since like November of 2023, you could still actually ask for another order of like four, actually two orders of four. So you can definitely get that. So you just have those on hand and everything. Now to get into why we're here, and once again, we are not financial analysts. This is
We're not professional.
purely, yeah, we are not professional. We are not financial professionals. We just are very opinionated freaking people, and we just kind of pay attention to shit that's going on. Um, 2023, I gave you guys my best guess of what the heck was going on, and I had some hits, and I had some severe misses. Um, and right now, I don't know what the heck is going on because the credit situation is absolutely freaking crazy right now. Everybody talks about that the rates are going to drop. They haven't dropped. The housing situation is absolutely crazy right now, and they're still super expensive. The rate to borrow money is super expensive. So we don't know what's going on. So all we can do right now is pay attention to the ones that we care about, and that's the ones that kind of support our comic book hobby, such as Disney, Amazon, Netflix, Apple, Warner Brothers, Fox, and Paramount. So those are the ones I'm going to be talking to in a little bit. I do also pay attention to EA Sports because they do have some games coming out, and also Take Two Interactive. Take Two Interactive actually had a pretty good week this past week, going raising up at 2.19. Disney, man, it's all over the place. It's absolutely freaking volatile. Its earnings this year, earnings per calendar, and its earnings announcement came out this week. It was only like 1.08, and after that, people just were just trying to drop it. So it actually got around 88, yeah, 88.33.
Oh wow, still
Um,
under 90.
yeah, it's so gotta remember it used to be it's supposed to be at 160. That's what it's been evaluated at, as $160. It's currently at 88. Well, excuse me, right now it's at 90.
Right.
So hopefully you guys were able to pay attention, but I think it'll probably drop down again this week. Um, if you get it at 88, that's fine. I think there's also a possibility that it'll go down to 86 or 85. There's some guys out there that think that it's going to freaking drop down all the way down to $24, but I think 86 and 85 is more realistic. Um, Netflix had an absolutely baller of a freaking year at rose at 50%. Warner Brothers, terrible year, negative 15%. It's currently sitting at $10.65. I was watching it all this week. It was sitting at $9, which is really good value for what it's planning to do. Fox, $31. It's like, we're not really sure what's going on with those guys. But Paramount, for what I'm getting ready to talk to you guys about, Paramount, it's which lost 33% this past year, sitting at 13.33. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I saw it at $11. Which
I remember you saying that once.
Yeah, Paramount would have been at sitting at $11 would have been a great value, but now it's sitting at 13.33. So you might have missed something because there was some really good news that came out of the CES 2024. That's very interesting. Now, here's the big thing: is that there really was zero comic book, like direct to direct or direct to consumer stuff regarding comics that came out of CES. It was all, hey, there's this technology, and there's this new laptop, there's this new TV screen, there's this, but there was no new like, hey, this is the new platform on which you guys are going to be able to watch your or read your comics. There was none of that. So the first thing I do want to talk about, and this is because this is a speculation thing that hit for me. And it came out of nowhere, right? So I think it was like one night I was just doing my regular due diligence, just looking to see like what everybody was buying, and then all of a sudden there was like 150 copies within 3 days bought of ElfQuest #1.
Interesting.
And I asked the rest of the guys about it, and they said, well, Ultra was like, well, it's probably because it's at its 50-year anniversary. People are just interested in the thought it was something. And I was like, I don't know, man. So I talked about it on here on Drunken Chat, and I just let you guys know what was going on. Nobody knew nothing. And that was months ago. Absolutely.
That was at least a good for like 6 months ago.
Yeah. Turns out that what's actually happening is that ElfQuest is going to be turned into an animated series at Fox.
Interesting.
It's actually in the works at Fox. Susan Hurwitz Arneson to pen adopts an adaptation and showrun an EP. So that's what's going on. Fox has given a script commitment to ElfQuest, a 1-hour animated drama series based on the epic fantasy adventure comic series by Wendy and Richard Pini from Ron Rothman, blah blah blah. So that's what's happening, man. So hopefully, and I haven't checked it all day today, but I haven't seen a lot of movement on ElfQuest. And it may be because people aren't tracking this. They may not be tracking what's going on with ElfQuest, or that ElfQuest isn't in the comic book. So if you guys listen, this may be your chance if we can get some cheap copies. Okay. Yep, there's that. Now, here was some even bigger news. Um, Tom Cruise. What do you think about Tom Cruise, right now?
You mean the guy from the leprechaun from the Lucky Charms box? That Tom Cruise?
The leading man who everything he touches.
I mean the dude from Risky Business?
Yes.
He's
61-year-old Tom Cruise, who just got done with like Top Gun. They're working on. They're going to be working on Top Gun Part 3.
Why?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it was okay. I don't think I've actually like watched Top Gun 2 Maverick, but it was okay. So there is a script for another iteration of that franchise, and it's going to be through Paramount, right? And you guys know how I feel about Paramount. I feel like it's tremendously undervalued, especially with
hell yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Trek, all that stuff. And it had some really good projects in 2022 and 2023, and people were just disrespecting the hell out of it. The film is in the early stages of development. No deals are currently in place for Tom Cruise and Paramount, but there's definitely something that they're working on. Script is not yet finalized, but a first draft is being developed. In the meantime, people have been asking Paramount what to deal with this, and they declined to comment. Now, here's the deal. Tom Cruise's deal with Paramount is kind of weird. It's people have been saying that they've been fighting. They don't like what he doesn't like what Paramount has been doing with his projects. So in the meantime, what actually happened this week is that Tom Cruise actually penned a deal with Warner Brothers.
Oh wow!
We don't know what the project or projects that he's going to be doing will be, but we do know that it's like a done deal right now. So for them to be talking about Top Gun 3, it's weird. But here's the other thing that's on top of that, is that there have been rumors is that Warner Brothers is going to buy Paramount, right?
Interesting.
So him going from a few movies at Paramount, and then now he's going to be over at Warner Brothers, and he's not going to just be like an actor. He's going to be like an executive, right? There's going to be all types of things going on, and that's deal is going to have some wide ramifications. The CEO for Warner Brothers, Zaslav, met with Paramount Global CEO Babish back in December of 2023 about a potential deal between 29 billion and 10 billion right? So they get 29 billion to get the whole bit and caboodle. If it's only 10 billion, they only get a little bit of the piece of Paramount that means they'll break it up. Now, the Tom Cruise deal with WD is you got to have some context to it. So apparently a year ago, back in February 2023, yes, February of 2023, Dave Zaslav, who is the Warner Brothers CEO, met with CAA. I keep telling people that these little freaking things in between the the agents and these media outlets is a very important thing, right? And this is Hollywood. This is the Hollywood Reporter letting everybody know this is what happened with CAA, right? So they're kind of owned by the same guys, right? So the WBD CEO, Warner Brothers CEO, he met with CAA, who is Tom Cruise's agents, right? Accompanied by him was his film studio chefs, DeLuca and Pam Abdi, and they went to go talk to Tom Cruise. And this was in the midst of Paramount spending money on Tom Cruise for the 2 Mission Impossible installments, and at no point were they like, "Oh, hey, let's talk about what's going on with Mission Impossible." They were like, "Hey, Tom, your Mission Impossible thing." So back in February 2023, they were already talking as if this whole Warner Brothers Paramount thing was like a done freaking deal, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so wild. It's like Tom Cruise is like the puppet master right now.
Nice.
Um,
He's got a
so
long way since jumping on couches.
because he was in love, and then he divorces the lady 2 years later, right?
Yeah, kicked her to the curb.
So Cruise's new deal with Warner's won't produce anything starring Cruise anytime soon. Given that the star will be working on the latest and possibly last Mission Impossible, which is supposed to be out.
Please, it'll be the fucking last.
Yeah, it's supposed to be out in May of 2025. And the deal doesn't actually bind Cruise to do anything more for the studio. But once again, it all goes back to he's still got these projects coming out with Paramount. But once again, look, freaking Warner Brothers, they're trying to freaking buy Paramount out, right? So this is where it gets a little freaking weird. And there's always talks about what Tom Cruise probably should help freaking DC out and help revive their thing. So it would be amazing to see what's going on. And Tom Cruise, man, he's got the pull. He can pull all these freaking actors and actresses out for.
If memory serves me correct, didn't Tom Cruise was one of a few celebrities that actually endorsed and liked that piece of shit Flash movie?
Was it that one?
Yeah. I know when he was saying it was like one of the best comic book movies that he ever saw or some shit like that. When they were trying to get some press up for the Flash last year.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like you're saying. I feel like that may be a thing, but I'm not sure if it was for that movie. It might have been another movie.
Yeah,
because it was definitely in favor of a particular actress.
It was the Flash. I'll spit Pizza Hut and strippers on it.
Yeah, I can't remember. So that's the whole freaking kit and caboodle for Tom Cruise and WD right now. So how do you play this? Do you go searching through a whole bunch of comic book backlogs and try and find the comic books that you think Tom Cruise and his buddies are going to freaking play? Fuck no, you don't do that. You might, however, for the chances of your retirement, think about purchasing some stock in either Paramount or, because they'll probably be split, or Warner Brothers, depending on how you think it would go, at a much lower, cheaper value than they're going for right now. Manning the comic book collector says that ElfQuest #1 is super cheap right now, dirt cheap. Yeah, so imagine that freaking. So yes,
Quarterly #1 is their first is ElfQuest's first appearance.
Mm-hmm. But so that was their first appearance. But there's also like a couple books that came out even before the actual comic book that were like fanzines. So those are some things that you might actually want to look at as well. So staying on Paramount, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the comic book license, was renewed
by IDW.
Yes, sir, by IDW. So this is a good thing for them. They were getting swacked great because they lost Transformers and they lost
the Skybound.
Right. So at least they're going to stay with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm glad to see that happen for them. So once again, do you go with Paramount or do you go do you freaking buy more books? Do you buy freaking Turtle books or do you? Well, I would say this: earlier this week, IDW was at 35 cents per share.
Wow.
After this announcement, it rose to 55 cents.
Okay.
Right.
Still damn good.
Um,
Still.
yeah, a year ago, it was over $1. The reason why it went lower than $1 is because it intentionally delisted itself from the New York Stock Exchange because it wanted to get its house in order. Because in order to get those deals done with between the games and the movies and films and all this other stuff, they needed more cash flow. And if they would have got the loans in order to do the cash flow, then they would have not met a bunch of the New York Stock Exchange requirements to stay in business. So
Okay.
they decided to list themselves, and then they were able to get the loans. Now they're doing this. They still lost some assets, but they're now able to operate squarely where they are. Right. So this is what they got going. They got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing. Um, Paramount has also got Star Trek, and I'll get to that in a little bit. And don't forget Last Ronin, which is a video game that's going to freaking hit. And I'm telling you, it's not as we should see a trailer at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, and then we should see the game fully in the mid of 2025. Unless they screw it up again and run out of cash again. So there we go. IDW and Paramount trying to ride on the coats of Teenage Mutant Turtles. Set 4, that's not the only thing that Paramount is trying to do. They've decided that they are going to expand the Star Trek universe with
Again, because Star
yes.
Trek is their favorite horror.
They have been doing so much stuff since 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. They've been doing so much Star Trek stuff, and it has been hitting for them. It's interesting because like I go on Instagram, I go on TikTok, I see, and people aren't freaking going crazy for it, but I know that the numbers are there for the fans. So what they are planning to do is that they are going to do there was the Star Trek reboot back in 2009, right?
Yep.
Which is where they brought in Captain Kirk and Spock and all those guys, but they kind of messed around some details and everything because they wanted to, because they felt that they were kind of too restrained by the other projects. So they're like, oh, let's just go run it back, reboot it, change some details so that we can expand the universe to what we know now. Well, their new movie that they are working on right now, well, that they're writing a script for and getting prepared for, is it's going to be a prequel to that 2009 Star Trek movie. Okay, and they said it's going to be decades before that movie. Well, if you're a Star Trek geek like myself, you know that decades before Captain Kirk, there was Captain Pike.
Yep.
Captain Pike, he's that fucking dude. Him and his crew, they are those dudes. They are on a freaking different run, right? They are straight killers in that freaking crew, right?
Yeah, they are.
Um, they they are they're
They made locos, man.
yeah, they are under delusion that they are good people. These motherfuckers are not
Good
good
people.
people at
Yeah.
all. One of the fucking doc, he killed like 2,000 people in a matter of a second. Cause, and then it was crazy. And then he was like, "Oh well, they're fucking dead." And then he runs off to go kill some fucking Klingons. Like it was like, yo, um,
He was like, okay, next.
yeah, like it's crazy. So, I think that's once again, this is a secret, super secret project that they're freaking working on. I think that's what they're going to do. People really like the actor that they have sitting in that chair right now. Um, his name is what is his Anson Mount is his name. Who's currently the Captain Pike star for Star Trek Discovery, which is currently on its season 2 right now. He's a freaking beast. His deal right now for the character that he's playing right now is that he's already seen the future. Like something happened to him, he's seen the future, and he knows
So he knows
that
only he's going to be in a chair, only beeping once for yes and twice for no.
no,
Like
he no he
with illusions.
no he knows that his whole crew dies because of something he did. He just doesn't know what it is yet.
Okay.
Like his whole crew died like horribly, like freaking dead. Like so this whole time for like so the last two seasons he's been trying to undo it. The problem is he doesn't know what he did, so he's he's got his hands freaking tied. In the meantime, he's got these street killers running around on his freaking ship, acting all innocent and everything. So
Maybe innocent in the mirror world.
yeah, so it would be interesting for them to go ahead and freaking do the movie just on this freaking crew, and it's kind of fleshed out what happened, and maybe go into the event of what happened with this. Um, his first appearances was in Star Trek: The Early Voyages, from February '87, issue number 1, and then the rest of the crew they had different
Say
other
that one more time, please.
Star Trek Early Voyages, number 1 from February of '87.
All right.
Calamity Collectibles, what did you miss? You've missed me talking about Disney and Warner Brothers and Tom Cruise signing with Warner Brothers. Elf Quest got an animated series. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got renewed, and now Paramount is doing a Star Trek freaking um, is going to do a super secret freaking movie, but it's going to be before Captain Kirk most likely. So I'm thinking that it's going to be with Captain Pike, and they're going to flesh it out, and they're going to do their own thing, and it's going to be freaking great. Next up is IDW. Yep, once again, I think the last one I saw for the price for IDW was at 55 cents. And the reason why I miss Adam in a tutu yet? I don't know. Was there a plan for Adam for you to be in a tutu? I don't remember that part of the plan for Project Pegasus.
I don't think we had that meeting that I was supposed to do it. So no.
Who wears tutus anymore except for ballerinas?
Exactly.
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, I'm right.
Okay, so while I freaking keep talking about the IDW, Sonic it had several projects that were hits, and that it's got actually in development or that's already done. So, for instance, Sonic the Hedgehog, Star Trek, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dark Spaces is in the plans to be adopted. Let's see what else is there. Dungeons and Dragons, of course, that had a really great movie in 2023.
I still have to check that out.
Yeah, it was really freaking good. There could have been all types of ways that they could have freaking jacked it up. They did really freaking good. In Godzilla, which doesn't have any connection to Godzilla -1, but still, they give it their best. Goosebumps, several different iterations of Goosebumps back on Netflix, so that was freaking really good. Samurai Rabbit, the Usagi Chronicles, is out right now. It came out in April 28th. Crow, that one's, I forget whether that's a series or a movie. That one's on its way. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's not quite cartoon, it's not live action, but it did okay. It did okay.
And
It was
they are
really
working
good.
on a sequel to it.
Yes, it was good. It was good. It kind of messed around with the lore and everything, but still, it was good. Let's see, how do I block this? Huh? That's weird. And then Grimjack, that's another IDW special that's on its way. Essex County, that's out, and then Surfside Girls, which I have not watched at all. Those are out, so it's had its hands filled. Not a lot of hits for the IDW originals, but still, it's got some stuff that's in the hopper that it's freaking working. Boom Studios It's got a bunch of stuff that it's working. Um, Mascard, irredeemable Power Ranger stuff. I suspect a good circle should be on its way. A Harrower, Eve, Dune. I believe it is. I believe it's coming out in 2024. I believe. I'm talking about the part two. I believe that's coming out. Lumberjanes. I think that's already. It's on its way as well. Bone Parish on its way. Berserker. I'm going to be talking about that right now. Killer, which was a really it came out on Netflix, and so here's a weird deal: is people didn't realize it was a comic book movie, um, but it was quality. It wasn't good. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't bad, but it was quality.
Interesting.
So that's all I can say about it. It was quality. It was quality cinema. It was great. Freaking throw it on. Freaking chill with the wife. Good one. Something is killing the children. That's breaking people's hearts right now. We don't know anything else. Just Beyond. That is another R.L. Stein freaking project. Keep an eye on that when we need to hear about that. Grass Kings and everything. But the one thing that we definitely want to keep an eye out for, because skip we just talked about Tom Cruise, is Keanu Reeves and his big project with Berserker. Um, so I forget when they were able to get ahead and talk to him. But he said on Good Morning America, which was January 10th, though 3 days ago. They asked him about Berserker, and he says, "I love the world of Berserker so much that I wanted to explore it further, and I thought one of the best ways to do it was through a novel." So he's going to write a novel for Berserker. No further news on a TV series or a movie or anything like that. So that looks like that's what's up um, for Berserker.
Interesting.
Warner Brothers Discovery. It's got a whole bunch of stuff that's coming out in 2024. Let's see. I'm looking at. Yep, Dune is part two is supposed to be coming out on March 15th. Godzilla versus Kong. That was actually supposed to come out later on in 2025. They actually decided to move it up. It's now coming out in
Yeah, the
April.
trailers do look decent.
Yeah, it's coming out in April. April. Mad Max Furiosa. That does have a freaking comic book. I think they actually started talking about that on Top 10 last week.
Maybe 2 weeks
Beetlejuice.
ago.
Uh huh. Um, Beetlejuice Part Two is coming out in September. There is a comic book for that. It'll be interesting to see if there's a revival of interest in that. Lord of the Rings. Come on, guys. I'm seeing a lot of value right now. You're talking about Dune, Godzilla, Mad Max franchise, Beetlejuice, Joker,
Beetlejuice.
Folie That's the one with Lady Gaga. That one's coming out on October 4th. Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim. That's coming out in December. Um, to be determined, and these actually might be pushed to 2025. Is Conjuring Part 4? That's another freaking franchise they got. Mortal Kombat. I didn't realize they had that franchise.
Yep.
Salem's Lot, and that's it that I'm recognizing right now. Um, and then the Nun 2, and then there's all the superhero stuff. So a lot of value, too much value for people to be like, Warner Brothers is only worth like $10. I'm telling you.
Yeah, fuck that,
Really.
man.
And then what am I looking at right now? I believe this is Sony. Yes, so Sony, which is a little bit under $100. It jumped up $14 within the past year. This is probably the only one that really had some things to talk about at CES 2024. It showcased the latest PlayStation 5 hardware lineup. Not quite yet the Pro. It hasn't started talking about the Pro that much yet. But it talked about the PlayStation 5 console in a smaller form factor called the PlayStation Portal for more player, some wireless earbuds, an access controller, and the upcoming thing called the Pulse Elite wireless headset. The Deep Earth collection of stylish metallic, a PS5 console covers, and some DualSense wireless controllers. While the attendees were able to experience the Gran Turismo 7 on both PS5 and PlayStation VR 2, which is very important. Um, you were also able to play Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, which is scheduled to launch in 6 days. 6 days on January 19th. Now, here's one thing that I felt was very interesting is that it had this thing coming out called the new fan engagement leveraging technology and entertainment. So Sony's advancing fan engagement initiatives in sports with a focus on the first test bed is going to be Manchester City Football Club. So they're testing a proof of concept with the aim of providing new service that creates a global online fan community. And a beta service will be launched for fans later on this year. Closed testing has already started, and fans were intrigued and excited about the project. And at the booth, visitors can now were able to view new content from the virtual Etihad Stadium and engage in experiences to share their passion for the
Interesting.
teams and players. So what does that mean? It means that while a game is going, you can be in your house and you put on your little headset or your freaking VR headset, and it will be just like you're at the freaking game. And it's going to be a subscription service or whatever, or you just buy a ticket, and while you buy the ticket, you can freaking sit there and it'll be just like you're at the freaking game.
Interesting.
Um, Here's the deal: is that enough to put any value in Sony? Absolutely not, because it's a proof of concept. However, I do know, and I got to go back through my notes. There's other companies that are developing the same thing that if this really does take off, they'll look to buy these companies, and they're like $1. These the ones that are actually building this stuff, it's like a fucking dollar. That's it. I got to go through my notes to see. Is it like Lumens? Maybe one of them. I got to see. But in the meantime, while we're waiting on Sony to figure that stuff out, they had a pretty good year with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Man
Spider
Across the
Verse.
Spider-Verse. Had Kingdom Part 3 that came out on Netflix. Had all types of new Demon Slayer stuff. God of War Ragnarok. In fact, there was some news that God of War Ragnarok, the TV series, it's on its way. There's new updates to it. Horizon, the video game, it was actually supposed to be turned into a TV series. Um, but we don't know what's going on with that. There is a comic book that came out in I want to say 2018, 2019, which includes the 1/100 that is very, very cheap. So Sony is one to keep an eye out if it drops, because there's a lot of value on it right now. And then the thing that I'm looking at is called THQQF Embracer Group. That is the group that owns Dark Horse. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're called Embracer Group. They're like a conglomerate of like Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, freaking companies. People don't realize that if you wanted to invest in Dark Horse, you could invest in this company right here, which is currently sitting at $2.47.
Not too shabby.
So I can't remember the last Dark Horse comic that I really wanted to freaking buy, but I can tell you for
I
two
know what it
dollars.
was for me.
Yeah, $2.47. Yeah, why not, right? So they've
That's
got
a wholesale for a copy of Quick Stops. I can do that.
yeah, they've got several SpongeBob freaking projects. They've got the IP for Hot Wheels, Star Trek Online, Evil Dead, Saints Row, Borderlands game that they own. They own this IP for Space Marines. Um, let's see, Saber, and of course, Dark Horse freaking comics. They own the IP for that. And then Raspor says, "Yep," and the Witcher book. Yep. Spidey Hunter says, "What's good? Hope everyone there got the Spider-Man copies this week." I don't think anybody. I'm trying to remember. I don't think anybody actually ordered any Spider-Man stuff from me this week. So I don't know. But in the last 3 months, 6 analysts ranked THQQF as a buy. Most of them said hold. So it is. So the high could be at $6. The low could be at $2, which is kind of where it's sitting at. So it's one of those. Yeah, $2. All right, yeah, I would say if you
For
put it a
the
limit.
for 1/3 of the price of Starbucks, you can buy some stock.
Yeah, I would say if you got $2, put a limit, buy it, and at $2, and then just forget about it. Then also at CES, I forget the name of this freaking movie. Oh, Madam Web. So instead of releasing a high quality still from a film showing Dakota Johnson's super suit for Madam Web, Sony had opted to unveil the first look via Marvel merchandise. Cassandra Webb, as well as the rest of the characters, are all suited up in a Pepsi promo. The photo shared on X by I'm going to give credit to Spider-Man News shows Johnson's titular character in a fitted red leather cat suit. So look forward to that thing coming out in your next Pornhub.
You know what? You know what? Everyone in the chat, give me $2 a piece. I'll make a Madam Web porn parody that's gonna be better than the nature mode.
Okay, but you got to have a girl in there. I don't want to see you in a cat suit, man.
Yeah,
so it's not going to be good.
You and Calamity need to stop collaborating on jokes behind my back because he said the same thing a couple hours ago.
Hey, sometimes we got to clarify, man. It's 2024.
Who you're talking to, son?
Some of these dudes are on some other shit, man. We just got to make sure that we clarify. All right. Yep. They broke out the new trailer, or not the new trailer, the new logo for Venom. Nobody cared. Across the Spider-Verse has been shortlisted in a few categories for Oscars. The Oscar voting has begun. El Muerto, which is a project, it was a Sony project for it was going to be Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was going to be part of the project.
Oh yeah.
His shine, man, his shine for Bad Bunny has kind of fallen off in the last year or so. I don't think there's anything he's done, man, or maybe it is because of those freaking $1,000 freaking tickets. So nobody really cares about Bad Bunny right now. So the El Muerto project is currently officially freaking dead. I want to give a shout out to Chad Cave, man, brother. Thank you for
Chad Cave.
And then last piece of freaking news that I'm going to talk about is, I think we talked about this a little bit on your show, the Cooking with Adam show, as manga, grading manga.
Why? Who the fuck is grading manga?
Not manga fans.
Exactly.
Manga fans do not give a fuck. Okay.
They want to read their stuff, put it on a shelf, and talk about it, man.
Yeah. This is going to be. I think this is going to be bad for manga and anime because now you're going to have these old, fat, greedy fucks who don't actually read their shit. Now fucking sauntering over to that manga and anime style aisle to fucking grab shit, to fucking slab the stuff and make it very expensive. And then you know what's going to happen once those readers are not able to get their shit?
You're going to drive the real readership out.
Yeah, they're not going to give a fuck. They go, well, I'll just find something else.
Move on to the next thing.
Yeah, you got to understand, these people, they are just fine with reading fanfics on fucking Reddit. Okay?
All right, what's that other thing that Webtoons or whatever?
Yeah, Webtoons is free. Webtoons is fucking free, so don't fucking get this shit thinking you're gonna make the only other fucking people you're gonna make money off of is other stupid ass fucking speculators.
No, the same people that are buying bullshit Melinda Comics titty books are the same scumbags who are gonna be buying graded manga. So be proud of yourselves. Kill the industry a little bit more. Jerk offs.
So the standard price for grading is going to be $30 per book, and if you want the encapsulation alone, that means you just want it slabbed. It's going to be $20. The service is only going to be available for the Tankobon manga volumes with dimensions no larger than 5 by 92 by 8.85 by 8 by 19. So there we go. Great. You're going to fuck up the industry with that bullshit.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Um, let's go ahead and move because I didn't get a chance to take a look at the trending stuff yet. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna very quickly go through the FOC and then we're gonna take a break and then we're gonna go through the new releases. Because once again it's going to be a short week. I'm going to have to research some of this stuff because I wasn't even tracking this one. Looks like it just has a bunch of Justice League people on here. Let's see. Well, I have no clue what this is because it's not even on the DC list right now. Let's keep it going. Next, Family Matters by Dynamite. Some Red Sonja, Red Sitha.
Okay.
With not even sure who that is. Oh, Mirka Andolfo. Black Hammer the End by Dark Horse Comics. Darkwing Duck by Naked Duck.
Mega Duck. The awesome powers of the Mega Duck.
Let's see. Here we go. TCFOC. Some Superior Spider-Man. Assassin's Apprentice 3. Masterpiece Part 3. Man, we're already on Part 3. I haven't even read my issue number 1. I thought this was written. It says Ian Herring, but I thought it was written by Michael Brian. Oh yeah, there we go. Brian Michael Bendis up there.
Yeah. I went for the trade.
Okay, here we go. Let's go scroll back to the DC real quick. So this one is the Justice Society of America number 9, cover B by Tony Harris. Still waiting on the cover art for cover A by Michael Janin. This one is the Justice Society of America number 9. This one is the 1 of 25 for that cover by Damian Scott.
Interesting.
And then this one right here with it's kind of got like Batman in a negative space, but inside of the Batman, there's got the Red Hood and some other character that I'm not recognizing. This one is Red Hood, the Hill, number 0.
Nice.
And let's get past this. Christopher Chaos. This one looks kind of interesting. Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures, issue number whatever. For some reason, they decided to cover up the art. Sagi Yojimbo. Nothing interesting here.
Interesting.
Kill All Mortals. Kill All Immortals, issue number 1. This one is Dark Horse Comics, so that one looks kind of interesting. You've got a very classy lady in her business 80s type business suit. And she's got an axe. Looks like she just killed the shit out of somebody.
Nice. Nice.
So I might actually have to get that one. Let's see. Dark Horse Comics. FOC. Yep, that was cover A by Barrett. And then, yeah, so that one, the one where she's sitting in a chair with blood all over the place, is cover A by Barrett. And then there is a cover B by Riccardi, not too interesting. But then there's a cover C, which is the 1 of 10 by Albuquerque, which is, it's kind of like a back shot, and she's got 2 axles now, and she's got a kind of in a Wonder Woman pose right now.
Interesting.
Abbott 1979. Let's see. Come on now. Cruella de Vil.
Uh-huh.
X-Men Disney 100. It's like a
God damn it.
yeah, they're still doing these. Look, I can understand Disney 100. Yep, got it right. But your 100 years was up in 2023. You're you're done in 2023.
What
Actually, you were
about being
done.
a dead fucking horse, man?
Their 100 years was up in October 2023. But they're still doing this stuff.
Because it's beating a dead horse when it's like beyond its being dead at this point.
Yeah.
Like, people stopped caring about them months ago.
You would think, but people keep buying that stuff. So
That's true. The last one I was really excited about was the Mickey Mouse, in the Spidey 300 pose.
yeah. Okay, so we got on here Black Panther number 9 by Torrin Clark.
Okay.
Then there's a Valerio Shitty Stormbreakers variant. And then I'm not recognizing. Oh, there we go. Doten Akande. And there's a character on there. She's got claws and a suit, and I'm not I don't know whether it's Amy or maybe it's Yuri.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's got like a blue cape and a blue hoodie and all this shit. So I don't know. Let's see. If I click in here. Between Baba and Kuzi and Cartier Cinqua, teaming up tensions been higher than ever before. Among the Burning Shaka's crime family and vengeful spirit, now known as the Grey Wolf on the Prowl, Black Panther will need to gather all of his allies from Shuri to Beza in order to keep the city from being torn asunder. So it's possible that it's either Shuri or Beza, but I don't know. Her elbow's kind of fucked up on this one. Anyway, Daredevil, Black Armor. Nobody cared about that one. Spider Boy, issue number 4. I'll tell you what, this on this cover, man, Spider Boy looks kind of creepy. It's got all right. So Adam, so on this cover right now, you've got Miles Morales,
Okay.
and he's crawling on his fours through this very tight space,
Okay.
and behind him. And I mean right behind him. I'm talking about Pornhub close.
Like Project Pegasus 2 Electric Boogaloo close?
Yes, but instead of just one unicorn horn, you've got 8 fucking spider legs.
God damn!
Coming out from the nether regions, man. And you got Spider Boy, and his mouth is open, and man.
This ain't Spider Boy Triple X coming soon. Holy shit.
Jesus. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going for. And then this one, they're covering up his mouth. The Ethan Young Marvel 97 variant.
All right.
So there's a lot of covers that we just don't have the art for yet.
Yep.
Beware the Planet of the Apes. Tarn Clark is known one for that one. Let's see. Javier Garron for Planet of the Apes, and there's a 125 by Alan Qua. If I'm not mistaken, isn't there a Planet of the Apes movie coming out soon? Yeah, there's a Planet of the Apes movie coming out in 25.
Planet of the Apes isn't really my jam, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I just saw a trailer for it when I was in the movies last week. So, and that's a Fox thing. So I forget how much stock for Fox was. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Gang War.
which is a really good story right now.
What, the Gang War? You think so?
The Miles Morales parts of it have been really good.
Let's see. Spider-Gwen Smash.
It's just the one with that, it's just the one that's got that stupid Dazzler cover where she's sitting and pouting and looking like a goth bitch.
No, this one is where she's jumping over this big green dude.
All right.
Crotch side to the viewer.
Okay.
It's weird hurdle stance.
Interesting.
But it's David Nakayama, so
Yep.
I could
Well,
definitely
he's tough as well, man.
I could definitely see people going after this one.
Yep.
Let's see. Darth Vader. I don't know what issue this is, but it's nothing. It's nothing really freaking fantastic. Darth Vader issue number 43. Thunderbolts number 3, and there's a 1997 variant.
Okay.
Bunch of graphic novels. Blade.
Okay.
See, and I don't understand why they're doing Blade unless you're doing something with his daughter. I don't know why they did that one. I'm trying to remember the storyline that I read this week, which actually wasn't that bad.
I said the best thing I seen with Blade in a while was that 2-issue arc in Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Was that the one? Yeah, there was one that was him and his daughter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was him, his daughter, and Miles against vampires. It was one of the best Spidey Blade team-ups I've read in quite some time.
Yeah. I think the one that came out this week, it was him and Doctor Strange.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, it actually wasn't that bad, I don't believe.
I guess I think when they finally get all their ducks in a row and we're getting closer to a Blade movie, whenever the fuck that's going to be.
And he still had to shoot all the freaking scenes, though. There's a 125 by Pablo Villalobos. And here's some manga, 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Let's see, I want to make sure. Give me a quick second. I want to make sure that I have. So, welcome to the stage, everybody. Spidey Hunter.
Yo, what's good? Hold on, make sure me mute the TV. What's good, Adam? How you doing?
Good.
Long
time no see, brother. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
man.
I was like Mel. They had me on third shift for a while, and my pops passing and stuff. So I had to take a little break. But
I want to
back at it.
Yeah, my condolences,
man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, we're just going through some of the FOC bullshit right now. There wasn't really that many freaking books that came out this week. Like this Amazing Spider-Man 43, 1/100. I was telling Adam earlier, man, I don't understand why they're doing 100. We're at 101 years for Disney right now. You're still doing this 100-year shit.
Like everybody said, these covers is just a cash grab. They for the Disney fans, but I don't think anybody's going to care about the ones that are coming out now. The first ones, I believe, were over order.
The first ones were cool. A lot of these later ones have been like meh. To a point, me as a hardcore Disney fan, I'm passing on them. I just think they look blah.
Something to keep an eye out is going to be Night Thrasher. I forget what the first appearance of Night Thrasher was.
It is Thor 411.
Yeah, 411 of Thor. Thor 411. Okay.
Yep.
And I was tracking this book for a while because it was in one of the Disney books that was given out at the thing at one of their events that had Al Ewing talking about that he actually wanted to do Night Thrasher, and the first appearance of Night Thrasher in a while had actually been in that freaking book. So there's 2 books that you probably want to pick up if this actually takes off. Is first appearance of Night Thrasher and that Disney. It's not 100. I forget what that Disney book was. It was like the first book that was Marvel under the Disney umbrella.
The one with Spider-Man and all of them on the cover with Mickey Mouse.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Wasn't that a giveaway from the parks or something like that?
Yeah, I think you're talking about one of the D23 giveaways.
Yes. There you go, Adam. Yeah, the D23.
And then freaking, I'm so glad. So, who was it? It was one of our buddies, man. He freaking got that for $500. He ended up selling for 1,000. Now
wasn't that Nick?
Yeah, Nick. Mm-hmm. He was feeling high off of that freaking sale too, man. 'Cause that was the night that he fucking ate that fucking. It was an Iron Fist number 19, that Sabretooth first appearance that he ate that night.
Maybe I actually forget that. I know I remember him eating the book. I just don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. So Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue number 2. That's what I got up here right now. This is the David Finch cover. Here's the deal. There's also a 1/100 of this freaking book. Now there is several retailers out there right now that are selling it for $125 right now. Some are selling it for $150 right now. If you can find it freaking cheap, absolutely freaking grab this fucking book. It's a fucking masterpiece. Grab the fucking book. Don't be the ones that freaking get caught trying to freaking have them pay freaking $200 for this book. I would say that maybe you can probably catch them for like $89, $90 at some freaking point. But Moon Knight is not that heavily ordered a book. I think they're only keeping this going because they know they got a TV series and they know that they want to do more with this freaking book. So, but hey, don't freaking say I didn't freaking warn you. And then there's also this one, which is a Dotun Akunde freaking book as well. Moon Knight number 2. Moon Knight issue number 2. Looks good, but it looks good, but it's just not. It's just not.
It's a ripoff of an old Spider-Man cover. I don't like it. Moon Knight don't pose like that.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. Once again, there's a bunch of covers that they still hadn't released, or maybe they have released but I haven't been able to get back in there. So if I don't do another show tonight, then I'll just start releasing that stuff on my Instagram if there's anything interesting. Star Trek issue number 17. Now here's where a lot of people have been hitting me up, asking me what the fuck was going on with this Thundercat shit. I think there's a Thundercats issue. Excuse me. There's a Thundercats 1 and 200. That one's by Lucia Perillo, I believe. And it's okay, right? But it's not 1 or 200 good, right? Here's your blank. I would say that there's also a foil version.
There's a foil, but get the foil with the symbol, with the Thundercat symbol. That shit look beautiful.
Yeah, fucking get that shit. So wait till people buy their shit and fucking get that shit out. The thing is, it's going to be interesting because I know retailers will probably want that foil shit, but the thing is that foil stuff does not count towards a qualifier for the 1 to 25s and 1 to 100s. So that's where they got to be careful with that. They got to read in between the lines. Because I almost got caught myself. I was like, oh man, that's all I got to do is I got to buy 100 of these and be straight. Like, nah, you gotta. It's only covers A through F are going to be the ones.
Is the blank A through F?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see. why this shit isn't pulling up.
Because the system
Okay.
sucks.
Let me go. I want to give a shout out to which shop is the stateofcomics.com. They've got the freaking covers on here. So there's cover I, which is the Thundercat symbol foil. And there's the cover E Tau that I just had up there. And there's that cover B Perillo, which has got several incentives that's out there to include that 1 to 200. There's also going to be the foil that's out there. The retail price of that is going to be $29.99. I, however, am going to be selling it for $20 if you get, but you got to get it by tonight so I can put those orders in. And then what do we also got? David Nakayama. He's a good artist.
Nakayama looks good.
You think so? It's not my cup of tea.
Only reason I say it look good because it has that animated feel to it. Like it look real flowy and actiony. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I can hear the music in the background. Thunder, 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 thunder. You know what I'm saying? I can hear that shit.
Yeah. So you know what was crazy is Diamond actually, that little car right there.
Mm-hmm.
They freaking sold that shit, right? So I was like, oh, they got the fucking car, right? You go fucking. So I bought the shit. And I was gonna put it on the fucking shelf. Shit, no, that motherfucker was huge. That motherfucker was fucking. It was too fucking big to fucking just have him sitting up here in my fucking house. So I ended up having to fucking sell that shit to Wookie fodder, man.
Oh, you did finally sell it.
Yeah. Here's the.
I like the action figure variant.
The face is a little off, but I do like the idea though.
I don't know. I just like for some of the action. You know, since I collect the action figures, I be liking the the variants for them shits. They be looking good. Some of them. Some of them look good.
Buy a bunch of the old school action figures.
Yeah. Cody to Jai Ling looks bad. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Also, shout out to Comic Book Women who did a Thundercats spotlight last week.
That's right, they did. I watched that. Miss Bird City and them, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted to watch it, but I fell asleep, man. Freaking those fucking notifications don't do shit for me, man, because I'm too fucking old to be staying up. Yeah, I'm telling you, put your show out past fucking 8:30. You fuck around with the wrong
reason I was shocked when you guessed on Awesome Sauce radio earlier.
Look, you have a better chance of putting your show on at 4:00 in the fucking morning than catching me than fucking putting your shit on past fucking 8:30. I'm telling you, I'm not the one, man. I'll fucking pull a dad nap on you in a fucking second. Milk has come through. Okay.
Dad nap nowadays. I thought it was the old man nap.
So yeah, I don't know why I like this, man, because it's kind of realistic, but I do like it. And
I hope the story for Thundercats is good. I really do.
I don't think it really matters, man. It's just going to be, as long as the cover's good, people are going to fucking pick that shit up.
It's going to be all cover buys, Adam. You know that.
Guts.
No one's going to read the book. No one's going to read it.
Unfortunately, that's my theory.
No matter of fact, no, everyone's going to read the first issue just to complain about how it's not like the cartoon, and they probably make some changes or something.
Great bitches. Because after the last Thundercats cartoon, that disaster, which if you ever meet any Larry Kenny or any at a show, do not ask him about Thundercats Roar because he would not answer the questions.
Okay.
I want something good. Thundercats deserve to have some good stuff out there.
All right, so this is the stuff that's coming out this week.
That what you looking at now? Okay,
Cap Wolf, Howling Commandos.
I like that cable. I like that cable Ramita.
This is the Will C. Portasio, and this one. some back in the day with all them damn pouches, 90s style.
Yeah.
Nice.
This the 1 in 25. That's just
Dude,
the old school picture.
Some of the pouches got pouches. God damn, what the fuck?
That's the 90s, man. You don't underestimate pouches, bro.
Hey, who the fuck is this bitch? For Black Panther 125, Phil Noto. Black Panther is determined to find out who is behind the disappearances. What does it have to do with Cinqua family and their daughter, the powerful, uncanny Avenger known as Monette or Monet. And then Cobra Commander's getting the book. This is your David Aja. This is a Chris Burnham. It actually looks pretty damn good for 1 in 10.
Nice.
Best one, 1 in 25, Steve Epting.
Nah, that's gonna be a nice little set to collect. They already had the 1 in 25 for Duke, like that. I already got that one. I'm gonna have to get this one.
Lucas, did you see the Cobra Maria Wolf that was being done by Big Clutch?
I have not. I'm 2024. I'm staying the fuck away from fucking retailer variants, man. I will support our friends, know that I put them out, but I'm staying the fuck away from them, man.
No,
And you know how much I love my girl Maria Wolf, man. You know, man.
Yeah, like I said, the reason it came to my attention because it was Big Clutch and and it was Maria Wolf and it was done through friends of mine who own shops. So I was like, okay. I just looked at it and I was like, maybe.
And so there is a 1 to 100 John Boy Myers secret spoiler for Cobra Commander. That's going to be something to look out for. Daredevil 1 in 50, Greg Hildebrandt.
Okay.
And they're still doing this Deviant shit with this Santa Claus.
Fuck Santa Claus.
Yeah, Deviant issue number 3.
That bastard. Never gives me what I want for Christmas.
Alex Ross, Fantastic Four number 16. It's interesting. It's got the kids in the freaking lab. And then this is homage to, I forget what the freaking issue is. But it's an old Fantastic Four freaking joint. G.I. Joe Real American Hero. It's a Pentor on the fucking cover.
Nice.
Awesome sauce.
Here's your black and white. Cover B.
This I command.
Yeah, Spider Hunter beat me to it.
1 in 10, Francesco Segala.
That's a connecting cover. It's a whole set.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy number 10. This one has got has got Rom on the cover.
Rom.
Yeah. So it looks like Marvel. It looks like every other year they're trying to do something with Rom.
Well, no, this is anniversary. This is the same thing they do all the time with the anniversary covers. You know, like it was last year, you'd catch Spider-Man 60-year variants. Like this year, we got Wolverine. These are just celebrating Rom.
So
that's why they had that Rom
40th.
Yeah.
I think it was like a month ago. Didn't they have a Rom's origin come out or something like that, like a giant size retelling?
Yeah, I know they did a facsimile recently.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's why. It's just them doing that thing with the characters' anniversary. Only reason I know that is because Hasbro is celebrating all of these characters' anniversary this year by releasing a bunch of figures and stuff for all of them. So I just assume the comics are gonna, pair with it.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because they just did Howard the Duck as well.
Yep.
And Howard celebrated his 50th last year.
Right, and then Howard the Duck came out in the What If.
Yeah, voiced by Seth Green. It was one of my favorite parts. Because Howard the Duck was the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Okay. Here's your Invincible Iron Man Scan ROM variant. Not bad. But then here we go with Jackpot issue number 1. So Mary Jane as Jackpot finally gets her own series. And that one was the Pablo Villalobos. Elizabeth Torque gets one, not her best work. Nicoletta Baduri.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but not bad at all. Then Ichikuri as a Jackpot variant.
Okay.
Kind of looks like Art Germ in this one.
And, yep, and you already know there's gonna be a version of it.
I never thought these words come out of my mouth, but I'm sick of versions.
Yeah, and there's 1/100. And well, I forget whether you were with us the last time I did the top 50, but a lot of the ones that were freaking hitting and making people money were the non-variants, were like the non-incentives. So that's one to keep an eye out for.
I mean, shit. Look at the Spider-Man book this week. I had like 10 different covers. That's why they're selling out.
Spider-Man 1 that had like 5 billion different variants.
Yeah.
This one is the 1 in 25 Bazadua variant. Not bad at all.
I might cop that.
Kill Your Darlings issue number 5. That one's definitely got some potential, man. Freaking they just need somebody to be brave, man, because the thing is, once you start getting the kids killing kids, people start to get a little squeamish on that shit. Spider-Man 2099, 1 in 25.
Okay.
By Nauk. And it says an over-the-top monster mash for the 100th Legacy issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is going to be the first appearance of Werewolf by 2099.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Every one of them has premiered each one of the monsters and stuff like that. And that Knock one is a 1 in 25 connecting variant.
Interesting.
Miracle Man for age number 7. So I don't know what's going on in this book right now. But I can tell you what, man, the first couple of issues were actually pretty interesting. It's a good read. Pretty good art is My Little Pony, Ken Bucky Roller Derby issue number 1, cover A by Haynes.
All right.
And there's some Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars issue numbers 1, the facsimiles.
Please stop already. These facsimiles drive me nuts.
Hey,
no, you know the facsimiles got ratio variants now.
Yep. One of my partners in crime was bitching about it on my show that there was about the 1 in 50.
Yeah, when they did the Spider-Man 252, I bought the ratio thinking it was going to be like a one-time thing, and then I see on FOC they got a few more.
More now. I think the Secret War, every issue of Secret Wars is going to have the 1 in 50 ratio.
Yeah.
Total bullshit.
So, I think I've tried to watch this show. Yeah,
this movie was terrible.
Was it a movie or was it a TV series?
No, it was a movie.
It was a movie. Where was it? Was it on Netflix? I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is it?
Rebel
Moon.
Rebel. I haven't watched it yet. That's Zack Snyder's movie.
Yeah. It's typical apocalyptic freaking, but nobody freaking dies. Nobody's actually fucking sick. There's no explanations for anything.
No, this shit is a bootleg Star Wars. You seen it, Lucas? You haven't seen it?
I think I've tried to start watching it, and then I always fall asleep.
All right, I don't know how to. Okay, I'm gonna do it real quick, like 2 minutes, no spoilers. It's basically like Star Wars, but from the point there's rebels and there's Imperials. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, and it's like the everything you've seen in the first Star Wars movie, the 1977 one, how the ragtag group of people get together and unite, especially after Ben dies. It's the same thing in this movie.
Yeah,
Like everybody connects from different places.
Edwin Aguilar, is it Star Wars Mad Max?
Yes, there you go. That's the perfect goddamn Star Wars Mad Max. It's a slow-mo porn film. I swear to God.
Slow-mo porn film.
Yeah, like Zack Snyder loves the slow-mo, from doing 300 and even, the Justice League movies, the slow-mo. But I swear the slow-mo in this shit is like so unnecessary. It's a bunch of cool shots put together, and it was supposed to be a Star Wars movie, but Disney rejected it because the shit was too like R-rated. It is violent, I give it, the killing and stuff, but it's too over the top. I don't know. I'm gonna watch part 2 though, just because I seen part 1, just to see how this story ends.
Wait, so did you say that Disney rejected it?
Yep.
Yeah, this was originally supposed to be a Star Wars movie.
So here's the deal. So because I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the stock stuff, right? Did you know that Disney owns Boom Studios?
Yeah, because Boom Studios is under the umbrella of one of them other companies that they own.
Yep. Yeah. And Titan Comics is under Boom Studios.
Yep.
So technically, Disney owns Rebel Moon.
If you're gonna do that, Lucas, technically Disney owns everything.
One way or another, they're getting their fucking money, man.
Don't you know Mickey Mouse is emperor of the world, man? He's like, oh boy, I know all this fucking shit.
Yo,
I always think of that episode of South Park with Mickey Mouse when he's like, we run everything.
The first one he was on when he turns into like a giant Satan at the end.
yeah, that shit was funny.
Look, the reason why it took me so long to freaking do our first show is because I was going to do this whole thing where I was line up all the stuff that Disney owns that they can have projects going on in 2024, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this is fucking ridiculous, man."
Too many. That's like a thesis.
They got their hands in every fucking thing. There's shit like you're like, "Oh man, they're competing." No, they're like, "Oh yeah, you pay money to do that, but the books and this other shit, yeah, we got that. Pay up, bitch." Yo, them motherfuckers are savage. Absolutely fucking savage. Oh yeah, so basically that was this is Rebel Moon House Blood Axe #1, cover F art germ foil. So I'm in favor of this. So instead of just doing second print, third prints, how about we do something that's actually different for your second print? Which is basically what this is. This one is the cover F art germ foil. They don't have what it actually looks like here, but still, I like to see that. But like you said, it's trash, right? So nobody's going to give a fuck about this one. Siren's Gate, man, by Shannon Mayer, man. It's still going. And it's only on issue number 5, man. He must be taking a hiatus more than a motherfucker on this one. I'm kind of shocked that it hasn't got an option or anything, because I do like the concept. Something is Killing the Children, number 35, second print by Fabrizio Tommaso. Just good art right there. For the Sonic the Hedgehog heads out there, there's several covers. Cover 1 by Hammerstein. This one is by Mark Hughes. Fang the Hunter. See, we actually need to get somebody on here. I don't know who Fang the Hunter is. I don't know if that's a new guy or what.
I have no clue.
And here's your 1 to 10 by Francesca. A really good one, and people have been freaking sleeping on these freaking Space Usagis, man. Freaking some of these have been some absolutely beautiful freaking covers. This one is Space Usagi Death and Honor number 2, 1 and 10 by John Boy Moyer. Just absolutely freaking beautiful freaking art. In fact, I gotta remind myself to watch that Usagi Yojimbo freaking thing on Netflix.
You and
That
me
came out
both.
apparently. Some Spawn, some Star Trek.
I like that cover.
What the Star? Which one? This one?
Nah, the spawn one, the face one, yeah.
That one is a 1 in 25 by Jonathan Glapion.
Nice. I might have to cop that. That look nice.
People have been interested in buying some of these. The Star Wars Bounty Hunter is number 42, the logo variant.
Yeah, I got the one for the last issue, the one that just says Star Wars.
This one's pretty savage. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is number 42, 1 in 25, Dave Watcher. Got his home arm freaking took it off. And here's your Obi-Wan Kenobi joints up there. There is a cover with the third sister on there by Rachel Stott.
Okay.
And for High Republic, this is your Phil Noto. Annie Wu. And a pretty good looking cover, but unfortunately they say it's not the final art. This is your 1 in 25 by Marquez. Yeah. And there's your Miko Sayan. Oh, and there's apparently there's 1 in 100 of that as well. Jesus. Why are they doing a 1 in 100 of this? She can skate through it. Come on, with an unlucky Jedi Master him as a border says shield, but does anyone prefer it for the state of Lord of Ruthlessness? Yeah, I don't understand why there's 1 in 100 of this, but I guess we'll see. Stranger Things. A lot of news been coming out about Stranger Things, but this one is on a boat. So this season is supposed to be the last season, but you know Netflix is not going to just let that go by, so they'll probably be looking to do some type of
I have a
spin-off.
question. Are these books actually about the show, or is this just like in a separate, like it's a Stranger Things universe or something?
It's like in the same universe. It's just
same universe, different location.
Okay.
So this was on a freaking boat. Yep.
Because I know the other books actually had the kids from the show on it. You know, it was like with them. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but now they got to start working on projects because this is the final season. The kids are all grown up. A couple of them said they don't want to do the shit anymore. So they got to freaking find a way to do the same concept that people love, but kind of spin it off right now.
Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, they kind of waited too long, right?
Yeah, you beat me to that too. So I can see when the hell is season 5 coming out already?
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's another season 5, but there's the Daryl project, and then there's the one with Negan and old girl.
No, I was talking about Stranger Things.
Oh,
I think that's waiting too long too.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, freaking the Stranger Things fan base is pretty freaking loyal, right? They freaking love the show. They're ride to die on it, and I think they pretty much they're done with it. Like after that last season, if they would have just ended it with the last season, I think they're fine with it because there was too many kids freaking dying. You know, they got people who love these freaking random fucking kids, and then they fucking killed off a couple of them. So. Rescuer. Here we go with the Vampirella Dead Flowers, issue number 4 by Lucio Perillo. I want to see his models, man, because some of them are just bad, man. Now, here we go with Walking Dead Deal X, issue number 81. Cover B by Alderlick and McCaig, and it's sold out, by the way.
Holy shit.
Also sold out is this Matteo Santaluco.
Why, is this the end of the series or something? Or Is this a special issue?
I'm not sure, but all I know is that a couple months ago, for some reason, people were ordering Walking Dead issues from me, like out of the fucking blue. Like people that usually never buy from me, that I've never heard of before, were buying Walking Dead shit.
Spikes of interest, ebbs and flows, maybe. These spin-offs are getting starting to get play. Maybe it will bring people back.
Wheel of Time, that is a current Amazon Prime show. I have not watched it, and I have not heard anybody that has watched it or gives a fuck about it. But here we are. And here's your 1 in 10. White Widow, David Marquez it's a pretty interesting concept, but
I like it. It's a creative cover.
It's creative, but it's like they could do.
It's like interior art. It's like a panel from inside.
Mm-hmm. This one is by Sao Wee. Looks like they're trying to tap into manga, but I don't know. Look, they're just not going to be able to get over that issue number one, that art germ, that number one art germ, one of the best covers of 2023. Not going to be able to get over that. This one is a weird variant qualifier, or not a qualifier, incentive. X-Men number 30. This one was a 1 in 60. That's 60. 1 in 60 Simone Bianchi variant.
Yep.
Looks like they're trying to cram all the X-Men in there. And Simone Bianchi. So I'm trying to see. As across chaos and kind fights back against the will fall X. Other forgotten foes come from World to take on the X-Men in their time of peril. Sync and Talent find themselves once more besieged by the High Evolutionary and his creations. Here we go. So there might be some first appearances in here. That's why. And I don't see anybody new in here. No, nobody new. Is this coming out this week? No, that's not coming for this week. Okay, and then finally we're getting X-Men 30, the Justin Mason Banff variant. This one is, what the fuck's that? The Peach Momoko variant. And, oh, look, it's Rom in the back.
Yep.
And then last one is the Daughterman trading card.
Interesting.
So that, ladies and gents, was the last of that. We went through the news of the day. Yep. Make sure we get back to the.
There we go. Shit. My shit froze for a second.
Yep. So we went through the news of the day, which was ElfQuest is getting an animated series. Tom Cruise is doing Top Gun 3, but he also signed a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery to do possibly some superhero stuff, or to do Mission Impossible, or to do whatever the hell he wants. Who knows? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles renewed its license with IDW. Paramount is going to do a movie for Star Trek, but it's going to be Captain Picard. Not Captain Picard. What was the name of the first one?
Kirk.
Yeah, Captain Kirk. So it's possibly, in my opinion, it's going to be Captain Pike, which is one of the best ones.
Didn't they do that before in the movies?
No, they did an older one. They did an older guy, like it was like way after he was like really old and shit. But we know for a fact with the universe that they have right now going on in the Star Trek Discovery universe, he does not live. He does not live after that. He's not supposed to live. So, because the whole reason for the series is that he knows that he does something that he and everybody on the ship is going to fucking die. They're all going to fucking die, right? So right now he's running around trying to fix it and make it not happen. But it doesn't matter. They're all going to fucking die. Um, so that's what I think we're on season 2 right now, which is absolutely freaking fantastic. They're giving us more details on who his crew are, and I'm telling you, they look quiet on the fucking surface, but when they start going into their background, those motherfuckers are straight killers. They do not care, man. They fucking be shooting. They be like shooting up before they getting ready to go out on a fucking mission and just fucking get at it. Right? So they definitely need to go into Captain Pike, go do a movie just on his freaking on his crew, and then freaking let it blossom from there. Also, what was the other one? There's a Star Trek comedy joint that's out there. I think everybody's been wanting like, hey, we need to see that third season. We need to see that third season, but we haven't got. I think it's the guy from Family Guy.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yes, so he's
Orville.
Yeah, exactly. He's the main actor from that. He's been trying to freaking get it up or freaking let everybody knows what's going on, but we're not sure what's going on with that. But in the meantime, I'm saying, hey, freaking IDW, freaking it's a great value right now. It was actually at 35 cents at the beginning of the week, but then once the news about the fact that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was staying with IDW, it freaking shot up to 55 cents. As more news comes out, it'll probably shoot up even more. Especially, you got the Crows coming out soon. New Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Once the Last Ronin freaking game trailer comes out, more Godzilla stuff is on its way. Especially the Godzilla Kong stuff is going to come out. It's freaking share is going to freaking rise. But don't buy it at 55 yet. Wait for it to go back down to 40 or 35 and then grab it. Boom stuff. Oh, Keanu Reeves is going to do a novel for Berserker, which is not the news I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that, hey, they were actually had the script together and they were going to write it. But now he says, oh no, I'm going to do a fucking novel. All right, whatever.
He's doing a novel about the comic book.
Yes.
So he's doing a book about a book.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So
Fuck.
So the thing. So I don't know. So the thing is, he did talk about it on Good Morning America, which means now it's out there in the media that this is a thing that he's still working on and that he's, So usually when that stuff happens, the freaking prices of stuff kind of raises up. But it's like, no, we already supposed to be doing a freaking movie. Now you're telling me you're going to do a fucking novel. Fuck that, man. Warner Brothers Discovery is at 1054. People are scared of this right now. They're scared of this and Paramount because for the last few months there have been rumors that Warner Brothers is going to buy Paramount. Now that's kind of confirmed by what happened with Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise has a lot of projects that have been pushed out to Paramount. Now the fact that he's able to deal with Warner Brothers Discovery now is kind of freaking because the rumors had always been that he had actually had a meeting with the CEO of Warner Brothers and his agency to see what they could do going forward after 2024. And here we are right now. So people are kind of scared of the stock because we don't know how much money it's going to cost. It's either going to cost Warner Brothers $29 million or as few as 10 billion. If it's 10 billion, it's going to be a freaking great fucking value. If it's 29 billion, they're going to need a lot of freaking projects to make it worth it. And that's even with Barbie and all this other freaking stuff. By the way, Hasbro is another one that's freaking pretty good value right now. It's supposed to be at 80. It's only at like 49, by the way. Sony had a lot of stuff that they talked about at CES. Nothing comic book related. They just talked about new. They didn't even talk about the PS5 Pro, right? But they just talked about new covers, new freaking controllers, all that other stuff. So that was kind of disappointing. I told people about Dark Horse. People don't realize that it's actually owned by this company. It's called Embracer Group. It's really low at $297. It's got a lot of projects that it's got coming out. Hot Wheels Unleashed, some games through Star Trek, Evil Dead, God of War, and of course Borderlands 3, which I believe won an award in 2023, and of course it owns Dark Horse Media. Talked about we talked about getting Adam into a cat suit, Adam Webb cat suit. He says
Yeah,
maybe.
this shit looks so stupid. Yo, look at this looks like that poster looks like some fan made bullshit. Yo. All right, my fault.
This is what Sony put out.
Is this the Pepsi poster you were talking about earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
So,
all right.
That's what it is, man.
I may have to sell my Pepsi stock because of this now. Just to
I don't. Well, I mean, if it's at 99, I think it's overvalued. But if it goes down to like 85, 84, then definitely freaking grab it. Cross Spider-Verse. Oh, Oscar voting has begun. Spider-Verse has gotten a few votes. El Muerto, which is the other Sony project, got canceled because people really are not feeling Bad Bunny right now. I forgot all about the dude, man. Really. So right now that project is dead. And the big thing that, Spidey Hunter, what do you think, man? And I don't know if you read manga and anime or not, man, but now they're talking about slabbing shit. I'm like, I read anime and manga all day, man. I don't give a fuck about slabbing that shit, man. I actually read the shit.
I don't, but a guy at my job, he's heavy into it. You know what I'm saying? That's where we are connected at. I like comics and he like, the manga stuff. Literally, when we were talking about slabbing comics, the whole CGC thing, all of that crap, the swapping out the comics. The first thing he said was, "I'm glad that doesn't exist for us." He said, "Because it's pointless to put them shits in the." He said, "I want to read the book over and over." He's like, "We're not really caring about the quality." He said, "If we do, you buy another copy." You know what I mean? Yeah. He said, "I'm reading these books." You know what I'm saying? So that right there to me said it. That's why when you put this up earlier, I was laughing because I'm like, "Yo, I gotta show this shit to him." Like, yo, guess what? They're gonna start slapping your books. So from a first-hand account, I know somebody that doesn't like that. Say that again, Adam.
I don't think this grading manga is gonna go the way that CGC wants it to. I don't see that fan base. I see that fan base saying like, "Fuck you, we read our."
No, it's you know what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna just say this just because I've watched a lot of shows. Our fellow content creators, all the various shows and stuff like that. And one through line is that everybody keeps talking about how manga is outselling comics, right? And doing better than comics, right? Yeah. It's gonna be our people that try to slab these shits to sell it.
Yes.
And it's gonna be, it's gonna be another thing like that. It's not gonna be the manga people. It's gonna be us trying to dip a toe into that hustle, especially the ones that resell and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think.
I think that's bad pimping. I think that's.
Yeah.
I think the way to make your money on manga is, sell it to the fan base. They're
gonna fail so bad. Once those speculators try and do that, they're gonna fail so bad. You know why? Because you actually had to fucking read in order to figure out which ones people are actually gonna fucking like, and they don't want to go through all that. A lot of these speculators, all they want to do is be able to look at the fucking cover and go, oh. Or get the information fed to them.
Or read the blurb somewhere like a solicitation and boom.
Yeah, that's not the way manga works. The way it works is nowadays usually you go to fucking webtoons and you have to freaking stay with that fucking volume and you read it, or you go to freaking High Jump or Super Jump or Weekly Shonen Jump. Read that shit. That's the shit that they should be fucking slabbing. But guess what? What's interesting is that the weekly Shonen Jumps, those are too big for them to slap according to the specifications that they even put in here. Right? So, speculators are not going to freaking do that. They're going to freaking try and jump jump in it, absolutely. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to jump in too fucking late, and they're going to fucking go rabid. And then what's going to happen is they're going to grab too many fucking volumes, and they're going to freaking, and the people that actually read the shit and actually going to want it, they're gonna go, well, you know what? It's too full of fucking old fat fucks that are too fucking greedy, and they're gonna fucking pull them away from the fucking hobby, and they're just not gonna fucking return. And then you're gonna have a whole bunch of speculating old fucks sitting on a whole bunch of fucking inventory, and they're just gonna be fucking mad.
Yeah, they're gonna pollute the market.
Just like they do everything else.
You know, so ending on a positive note, right? That's all I have. Once again, I want to thank Spidey Hunter and Blind Adam. Spidey Hunter, do you have any other podcasts that you're going to be doing this week that you want to promote?
No, man. No. You know, Drunken Chat. Fuck with y'all.
I really do appreciate it, man. And I hope you have a beautiful and, profitable freaking 2024. Adam, where we're going to find you at next?
I'll be on the air Tuesday at 8 p.m. and then Wednesday at 8 p.m. and then Thursday at 8 p.m. I'm doing a show a week next week. I'm quarantining at the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna right after this. I'm gonna freaking take a nap because I've got another freaking podcast, the No Prize podcast, that I gotta get up for, and a bunch of other stuff that I gotta freaking work on. So once again, and by the way, Comic Crusaders got hit up by TNA Wrestling. Because,
really?
Yes. So they would like us to do a giveaway on that. So please stick close to Comic Crusaders, subscribe if you haven't already, so that once we figure out how we're going to do that shit, we can freaking absolutely freaking push that out to everybody and get y'all involved. But other than that, please be safe. Hey, if you want to freaking join me in Dryware, let's go ahead and freaking get after it. This Ritual Zero Proof is not that freaking bad for the tequila. It's not alcoholic, or if your beer is your preference, it's Budweiser Zero. Isn't that freaking bad at all? But gotta get that liver clean. So once again, thank y'all. Freaking love y'all. Freaking, and please freaking stay safe. Out.
All right, peace.
For each man in his time, his pain, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along that arm within his reach. I haven't needed a one-to-one.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.